Hi, I'm attorney Gregory Dell, and today I'm joined by attorney Cesar Gavidia, and we are going to talk about the medical condition of irritable bowel syndrome and how that relates to short-term and long-term disability insurance claims. Now, Cesar, I know you've represented a lot of claimants that have irritable bowel syndrome amongst other conditions often that they have, which are either primary or secondary to the irritable bowel syndrome. But what is it that the disability insurance companies often say about a person who has irritable bowel syndrome and why they think it's not disabling?
Well, irritable bowel syndrome, IBS, it affects millions and millions of people. So again, it's one of these conditions that could vary in severity. So, it could be mild, it could be, a pretty moderate or severe type of condition that causes significant limitations. And really what the issue with IBS and the disabling factor of IBS is the chronicity. In other words, how chronic it is and how it really would affect somebody on a continuing daily basis. So the way they basically challenge it is they see it as a condition that isn't very severe in general. In most cases, it's not. In most cases, people can manage it through either diet, through controlling and managing their stress, through exercising and those types of things, and even some medications, because IBS causes certain symptoms like extreme diarrhea and constipation, and it could alternate between the two. So somebody could have diarrhea one day and then the next day be constipated. So the reason that most people are disabled from these things when it's chronic is that it's really difficult to be a reliable employee with this type of disease. How could you schedule meetings? How could you focus and pay attention to your work? And with some people, it's so severe, they're literally like incontinent. They can't control their bowels. So they challenge it basically on the fact that, or on the basis that they feel it's an easy condition to fight because so many people are affected by it, and most of the time, it's not a very severe condition. So there are very few objective findings to show how severe it actually is with a particular person.
All right, I don't think there's necessarily any specific test to verify that you even have IBS. Often it's a diagnosis of exclusion. But when a person, one of the things that's most difficult is that we've had a lot of claimants who have IBS and they say, you know what, I got some treatment, I'm out of work, I've been out for a month, 2 months, 6 months. You know what, I feel a little bit better. But my doctor tells me that if I go back into that work environment where I had the stress and all of the requirements of the job, that within days I'm going to be right back where I was.
Right.
And disability insurance companies, they're saying, look, if you're better, then you basically have to go back. And that's an argument that we see almost on a daily basis about, well, if there's stress in the workplace, that's just part of doing a job and you're not disabled. You're not disabled now. If you get back in and you get disabled again, well, then you'll go back out. But often with IBS, as you know, is that they often associate it also with a mental nervous condition, such as a depression or an anxiety condition. And you know how devastating that can be for someone's claim, because then they can try to limit the benefits to a 2-year period if the disability policy says 2 years. Also, they try to treat, sometimes people with IBS get treated with antidepressants and similar drugs like that, so that they can deal with their symptoms as a type of treatment. The other thing that I often see with IBS is they'll say, well, your employer, if let's say someone's having severe bowel issues, your employer can make accommodations and put you close to a bathroom, which, I think you've dealt with that in a couple cases. I mean, that's a ridiculous situation to say, okay, put me near the bathroom and now I'm going to run to the bathroom every 10 minutes.
Right. And how humiliating must it be for that person where they're, all their colleagues and people know that they're in that position because of a medical condition they have. And I mean, where do you draw the line, and where can someone have some dignity and privacy and just maintaining their own health and managing their own medical conditions?
Right. I mean, it's something that we've dealt with numerous times, and people even saying that they get the incontinence, like you say, where they have accidents at work. I mean, it gets to the point where you have that kind of problem. You don't belong in the work environment. It's not about you having the ability to get to work and show up. It's about you functioning throughout the day and doing the job. And unfortunately, often these disability insurance companies just look at it as, if you can get to work, then you can work. And if it was that easy, then people wouldn't be getting fired every day from different jobs that they're doing. That's not what work is about. So if you've been diagnosed with IBS and you have a disability insurance claim, no matter what stage you're at with your claim, we're happy to provide you with a free consultation, and we're available to discuss your claim at any time.